Imagine waking up not to an alarm clock but to the gentle light of the sun. There is no job to rush to, no commute to endure, no boss to answer to. This isn't a vacation, this is life. In this future, humanity has handed over the reins of labor to our most powerful creation: artificial intelligence. Every factory, every farm, every hospital, and every office is run by silent, efficient algorithms. The very concept of a job, an activity performed for survival, has become a relic of a bygone era. We have entered a new chapter in the human story, a time of unprecedented freedom. This world might seem like science fiction, yet the seeds of this future are already planted in our present. We stand at a cosmic crossroads. For millennia, our lives were defined by the struggle for resources. We hunted, we farmed, we built, and we toiled. Our societies, our cultures, and our very identities were forged in the crucible of work. But what happens when that struggle ends? What becomes of humanity when the daily grind ceases to be the central pillar of our existence? This is one of the most profound questions we will ever face. It challenges us to look beyond survival and ask what we're truly living for. This transition is not just about technology. It is about a fundamental shift in what it means to be human. When an AI can compose a symphony, design a skyscraper, or prove a mathematical theorem, we are forced to reconsider our own special place in the universe. Are we merely biological machines soon to be outdated, or is there something more to us, something that an algorithm can never replicate? The dawn of a world without jobs is also the dawn of a new era of self-discovery. We are being invited to explore the vast, uncharted territories of our own consciousness. Our journey through this new world begins with a simple question: what do you do when you can do anything? The universe has given us a blank canvas. The tools of creation, once reserved for a select few, are now available to all. The story of what comes next is not written in the stars. It is a story we must write ourselves. It is a tale of how a species, once bound to the earth by the gravity of necessity, learned to fly. Let us explore this possible future, not with fear, but with the same curiosity that has driven us since we first looked up at the night sky. So, what does a typical day look like in this jobless future? It is a day guided by passion, not by a paycheck. Your morning might begin with a walk through a lush, green park, maintained by robotic gardeners. You might meet with friends for a leisurely breakfast, with food grown and prepared by automated systems. The conversations are not about office politics or looming deadlines. Instead, you discuss a new piece of music you are composing, a scientific mystery you are exploring with a global community of enthusiasts, or a virtual world you are designing with your family. The frantic pace of the 21st century has slowed to a more human rhythm. The afternoon is a vast ocean of possibilities. You could spend it in a community workshop using advanced 3D printers and fabrication tools to bring an invention to life. These tools are as common and as easy to use as a microwave oven once was, or perhaps you feel the pull of the natural world. You might join an expedition to reforest a desert, guided by ecological AI that knows exactly which plants will thrive. The distinction between work and play blurs and then vanishes completely. Your work is simply what you are most passionate about doing. It is your contribution to the collective human project. As evening descends, the day's activities shift from creation to connection. You might attend a live performance put on by your neighbors, a stunning display of human talent and emotion. Or you could gather in a local observatory to gaze at the cosmos, with an AI guide explaining the wonders of distant galaxies. Education is no longer confined to childhood. It is a lifelong pursuit. You might take a virtual course on quantum physics, taught by an AI modeled on the greatest minds in history. Or you could learn a new language by having a conversation with an infinitely patient AI tutor. Your day ends, not with exhaustion, but with a sense of fulfillment. You lie down to sleep, your mind buzzing with ideas and experiences. You have learned something new. You have created something beautiful. You have connected with others in a meaningful way. There is no anxiety about the next day's obligations, only anticipation for its opportunities. Life is no longer a race to get ahead. It is a journey of personal growth and shared discovery. A dance with the infinite potential that lies within every one of us. How can a society function without anyone working to produce goods and services? The answer lies in a system we might call the abundance machine. This is not a single device but a global, interconnected network of AI, robotics, and automated systems. It is the engine that provides for everyone's basic needs, freeing humanity from the chains of economic necessity. This machine operates with an efficiency that human labor could never match. It runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without ever tiring. It is the invisible backbone of our new civilization. Consider food. Vast vertical farms rise toward the sky in the hearts of our cities. Inside, AI-controlled systems manage every aspect of cultivation. They monitor light, water, and nutrients with perfect precision, growing fresh, healthy produce for millions. There is no waste, no pesticides, and no long-distance transportation. Robotic harvesters pick the food when it is perfectly ripe, and automated kitchens can prepare a meal tailored to your exact nutritional needs and preferences. Hunger, a problem that plagued humanity for its entire history, has been solved. Food is no longer a commodity. It is a fundamental right. Shelter is also provided for all. AI architects and construction bots can design and build beautiful, sustainable, and personalized homes in a matter of days. Using advanced materials and modular designs, they can create everything from cozy individual pods to sprawling communal living spaces. These homes are not just static boxes. They are smart environments that adapt to your needs, managing energy, cleaning themselves, and ensuring your comfort and security. The concept of homelessness becomes unthinkable in a world where new, high-quality housing can be created on demand. And what about healthcare? This is perhaps the most profound transformation of all. A personal AI health monitor, perhaps a small wearable device or even a microscopic nanobot in your bloodstream, constantly tracks your vital signs. It can detect the earliest signs of disease, long before any symptoms appear. It can then prescribe a personalized treatment or even dispatch nanobots to make repairs at the cellular level. Hospitals still exist, but they are centers for complex procedures and research, staffed by AI surgeons who perform operations with superhuman precision. Healthcare becomes proactive, not reactive. We no longer just treat sickness, we maintain wellness. For millennia, our purpose was clear: to survive. Our jobs gave us a role, a title, a place in the social hierarchy. They gave us a reason to get out of bed in the morning. When AI takes over every job, we face a collective existential crisis. If we don't need to work to live, then what is the point of living at all? This is not a trivial question. It forces us to dig deeper, to search for a more profound sense of meaning. The end of work is the beginning of the great human search for purpose. This search will likely lead us down many different paths. For some, meaning will be found in creativity and self-expression. The world will see an explosion of art, music, literature, and performance. With infinite time and resources, people can dedicate their entire lives to mastering a craft. Imagine entire cities that function as living art projects, constantly being reshaped and redesigned by their inhabitants. The drive to create, to leave a mark on the world, is a powerful human motivator. It is a way of saying, I was here. I mattered. For others, purpose will be found in the pursuit of knowledge. Science will become a universal pastime. Armies of citizen scientists, aided by powerful AI, will tackle the biggest mysteries of the universe. They will map the human brain, explore the deepest oceans, and search for life on other worlds. This is not about getting a degree or publishing a paper. It is about the pure, unadulterated joy of discovery. It is about participating in the grand cosmic story of the universe, trying to understand itself. The quest for knowledge becomes a spiritual journey. A third path to meaning lies in human connection and community. In a world without the competition of the workplace, our social bonds can deepen. People will have more time for family, for friends, for raising children. We might see the rise of new kinds of communities, organized around shared interests and values. The purpose of life could be found in service to others, in teaching, in mentoring, in caring for the environment, or in simply being a good friend and neighbor. We might discover that the greatest meaning is not found in what we do, but in who we are to each other. The transition to a post-work world will not be seamless. It will create profound economic and social changes, and honestly, not all of them will be positive. We must confront the possibility of two very different futures. One is a utopia of shared abundance and creative freedom. The other is a dystopia of inequality and aimlessness. The path we take depends on the choices we make today. Let us first consider the bright side of this new economic coin, a world of unimaginable prosperity. In the positive scenario, the end of jobs means the end of poverty. With AI managing production and resources, the cost of goods and services plummets to near zero. Everyone has access to everything they need through a system like a universal basic income, or maybe even something more advanced, a universal basic abundance. This eliminates the stress and inequality that stem from economic scarcity. Crime rates could fall dramatically, social trust could blossom, humanity, freed from economic anxiety, could enter a golden age of cooperation and progress. This is the dream. Now we must look at the darker possibility. What if the benefits of this AI revolution are not shared? What if the ownership of the AI and the robots is concentrated in the hands of a tiny elite? We could see the greatest inequality in human history. A small class of AI owners could live in unimaginable luxury, while the rest of humanity is rendered economically useless. They might be given a basic subsistence to keep them quiet, but they'd have no power, no agency, and honestly, no purpose. This could lead to a society of deep unrest, resentment, and despair. The social challenges are just as daunting. A world without work could lead to a crisis of motivation. Some people may struggle to find purpose and fall into a state of boredom and apathy. We could see a rise in escapism, with people spending their lives in virtual reality worlds, disconnected from the real world and from each other. The social fabric that was once woven through our workplaces could unravel. We must ask ourselves, are we ready for this much freedom, or will we be lost in it, like children in a forest too vast to comprehend? The fundamental structures of our society, our schools, our families, our communities, were all built around the reality of work. A world without jobs would reshape them from the ground up. Education, for instance, would undergo a radical transformation. The old model of schooling was designed to produce compliant workers for an industrial economy. It was a factory for employees. In a post-work world, this model becomes obsolete. School would no longer be about memorizing facts for a test or preparing for a specific career path. Instead, the goal of education would be to cultivate curiosity, creativity, and emotional intelligence. Learning would be a personalized, lifelong journey. An AI tutor would guide each child, adapting to their unique interests and learning style. The curriculum would focus on things that AI cannot easily replicate: critical thinking, collaboration, artistic expression, and ethical reasoning. Schools would become community centers for exploration, where children and adults alike could come to learn, create, and play together. The focus would shift from what you need to know to how you love to learn. Family structures would also evolve. With the economic pressure of work removed, family life could become richer and more central to our identities. Parents would have unlimited time to spend with their children, to nurture their development and share in their discoveries. The traditional nuclear family, often a product of economic necessity, might give way to more diverse and extended family models. Multi-generational households and intentional communities could become more common, creating strong networks of support and connection. The family becomes less of an economic unit and more of a tribe of shared love and learning. Our communities would be reborn. Without the daily commute fragmenting our lives, our local neighborhoods would become the center of our social world. Community centers, workshops, gardens, and performance spaces would become the new hubs of activity. People would have the time and energy to invest in their local environment and in their relationships with their neighbors. We might see a resurgence of local governance and direct democracy as engaged citizens work together to shape their own communities. Our connections would become more local, more tangible, and more human. This world of total automation may seem distant, but if you look closely, you can see its echoes all around us today. The technological replacement of human labor is not a future event. It is an ongoing process that started centuries ago and is now accelerating at an incredible pace. We are already living in the early stages of the AI revolution. Many jobs that were common just a generation ago have been partially or fully automated. We can see the trajectory, and it points toward a future with far less traditional work. Consider the real-world examples we see right now. In manufacturing, robots have been assembling cars and electronics for decades, with a precision and endurance that no human can match. In logistics, automated warehouses like those used by Amazon use swarms of robots to sort and move packages. Self-driving trucks and delivery drones are no longer science fiction. They are being tested on our roads and in our skies. These technologies are replacing jobs in transportation and retail, two of the largest sectors of our economy. This is a clear and present trend. The reach of AI extends far beyond blue-collar work. It is now coming for white-collar professions. AI can already analyze medical scans to detect cancer more accurately than human radiologists. It can review legal documents in seconds, a task that would take a team of lawyers days to complete. AI can write news articles, compose music, and create stunning works of art. Even creative and intellectual jobs are no longer safe. Tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney are just the beginning. They are the early ancestors of the powerful AIs that will one day be able to perform almost any cognitive task. Looking toward the future, the possibilities are staggering. Imagine AI scientists that can run millions of virtual experiments per hour, accelerating medical breakthroughs. Imagine AI city planners that can design perfectly efficient and sustainable urban environments. Imagine AI therapists that can provide 24/7 mental health support to anyone who needs it. Every single job, from the most mundane to the most complex, has components that can be broken down, digitized, and automated. The question is not if AI will be able to do these jobs, but when. This future is not inevitable. It is a possibility we must prepare for. If we simply drift into a world of mass automation without a plan, we risk social chaos and dystopian inequality. Individuals and governments must start thinking about this transition now. We need to chart a course for tomorrow, to build the social and economic systems that will allow us to navigate this monumental shift. This preparation must happen on two levels, personal and societal. For a smooth landing, we need to build the runway first. As individuals, we need to cultivate a new mindset. Our education system must shift its focus. Instead of training for specific jobs that may not exist in a decade, we should focus on teaching lifelong skills: creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and adaptability. We must learn how to learn. We should also start to decouple our identity from our profession. We need to find value and purpose in activities outside of paid work. In hobbies, in community involvement, in personal relationships, and in artistic expression. We must prepare ourselves psychologically for a world where our worth is not measured by our job title. Governments have an even bigger role to play. They must begin a serious public conversation about how to manage this transition. One of the most discussed ideas is Universal Basic Income, or UBI. This is a system where every citizen receives a regular, unconditional sum of money to cover their basic needs. This could provide a crucial safety net as jobs disappear. We also need to rethink ownership. Who will own the AI and robots that generate all the wealth? We might need new models of ownership, such as public trusts or data dividends, to ensure that the prosperity created by AI is shared by everyone. Furthermore, governments should actively invest in the infrastructure of a post-work society. This means funding for community centers, public arts programs, lifelong education platforms, and mental health services. It means creating opportunities for people to find meaning and connection outside of the traditional job market. We need to experiment with new social models, perhaps starting with pilot programs for UBI or shorter work weeks. The goal is not to stop technological progress, but to steer it in a direction that benefits all of humanity. We must become the architects of our future, not its passive victims. So, we stand before the ultimate question. Would a world without jobs be a paradise or a nightmare? Would it be good or bad for humanity? Like so many things in the cosmos, the answer is not a simple yes or no. The outcome is not predetermined. It is a reflection of our own values, our own wisdom, and our own choices. This future holds up a mirror to our species. What we see in it will depend on what we are. This technology has the potential to be the best thing, or the worst thing, to ever happen to us. On one hand, this future could be a utopia. It could be the fulfillment of a dream that has been with us for centuries. A world without poverty, without hunger, and without toil. It could unleash a renaissance of creativity, discovery, and human connection unlike anything we have ever seen. It could be the moment we finally graduate from being a species struggling for survival to a species dedicated to exploration and self-realization. It could be our coming of age, the point where we finally have the freedom to pursue our highest potential, both as individuals and as a species. On the other hand, the dangers are very real. A world without work could strip us of our purpose, leaving us adrift in a sea of aimless leisure. It could create a level of inequality that would make our current world look like a paradise of fairness. It could lead to social decay as our communities and connections, once forged in the workplace, dissolve. We could become a pampered and passive species, living out our days in comfortable but meaningless existence, tended to by our machine creations. We risk becoming the pets of our own technology. Ultimately, artificial intelligence is a tool. It is a cosmic-level amplifier. It will amplify our wisdom, but it will also amplify our folly. It will amplify our compassion, but it will also amplify our greed. The challenge is not technological, it is human. Can we grow wise enough to wield this incredible power? Can we build a society that is fair, just, and meaningful for everyone? The universe doesn't care about our success or failure. But we should. The quest to build a better future in the age of AI is the great project of our time. It is our chance to prove that we are worthy of the intelligence we have created.